What's up guys, welcome to Graphic Designer Pro. In this episode of Tool Time, we'll be looking at the Scale tool in Adobe Illustrator. And if you want to follow along, then you can download a free template file for this lesson from the description below. Okay, I'll pass you over to our lead designer Rory, who will show you how it works.
Thanks Ross. So jumping straight into our template file, we have an example of what we can do with the Scale tool here. And the Scale tool is another one of these that we have to actually have something selected before using it. So with my selection tool, I'm just going to click and drag over this trophy icon here, and we can find the Scale tool over on the left hand side, and the keyboard shortcut is S. And as the name sounds, if I click and drag, you can see we can start to scale and skew this object. If I hold Shift, it's going to lock it to a perfect aspect ratio depending on how we move our mouse. If I move it in towards the middle, it's going to skew it vertically. If I move it up or down, it's going to skew this horizontally. And you'll notice when I scale this down, my stroke weight is staying consistent, so it's not scaling with the object. We also have some rounded corners at the bottom of this icon that are also not scaling. So this is to do with the settings within this tool. So if I double click on the Scale tool, we get a pop-up box appearing, and first of all we can scale this precisely with a percentage value here, or we can scale horizontally or vertically as well. But you'll also notice under options we have scale corners and scale strokes and effects. So if I check them and click preview, we could take this down to a much smaller percentage, like 20%, and you can see those strokes and corners are actually scaling with the object now. I'm going to click cancel in this case though, because where this tool is more useful is with individual anchor points. So for example, we have these handles on the trophy here, and you may run into this situation quite a lot where you want to move anchor points evenly on either side of an object. So with my direct selection tool, I'm just going to click and drag over the two corner anchor points here, and if I wanted to try and equally move these out the way, I would have to do it one by one. However, if I press S on my keyboard to get my Scale tool and simply click and drag, you can see that's going to apply on both sides. And I don't have to just do this with two anchor points. If I press A on my keyboard again, I'll click and drag across the top of this trophy, selecting a whole bunch of anchor points. Again, S on my keyboard, and we can start to scale out a whole section of this object. Again, if I hold Shift, that's just going to lock it to this horizontal plane. So we'll drag out something like this. I'll press A on my keyboard to go back to my direct selection tool, click and drag over these two corner points again, S on my keyboard to go back to the Scale tool, and we can move these in as well. I don't have to just select anchor points as well. I could actually just click on a path in this case. So this curved path on the handle, I'll click on each side, press S, and if I start clicking and moving this, it's going to scale on both sides. So this is a really useful tool. So again, I could double click into this group, for example, A on my keyboard, click and drag over these bottom anchor points, press S on my keyboard, and I don't have to press any other button. Just clicking and dragging with the Scale tool is going to move all these anchor points away from one another, and there we go. So that's it for a basic intro to the Scale tool.
If you want to learn more about graphic design, we've created a free 1-hour training where you'll discover the top 5 secrets of successful designers, which saves you the hassle of having to figure it all out for yourself. We'll be showing you how to immerse yourself in the sector you're designing for, creative thinking and how to spark creativity, what good composition is and how you can achieve it in your designs, how to pick the right colours for your designs, and how to pick the right typefaces for your projects. So if you're serious about levelling up your design skills, then make sure to sign up for the next free webinar. Space is limited and these events always fill up fast because they're significantly better than the information others charge you for, and ours is free. The link is in the description, you're not going to want to miss it. I'll see you there.